Definitions: Democracy. A form of government in which the supreme power is vested by the people or exercised directly by them or by their elected agents under a free electoral system. Capitalism, an economic system in which investment in and ownership of the means of production, distribution, and exchange of wealth is made and maintained chiefly by private individuals or corporations, especially as state-owned means of wealth.
Next, we will mention the most significant facts and processes for the development of democracy and capitalism in Europe during the 19th century. World War I and the Weimar Republic. Under Bismarck, Germany emerged as a modern nation-state, propelled by rapid industrialization and a high level of militarization. But Germany's economic power and aggressive foreign policy brought it into a conflict with other European states, which ultimately led to World War I. After 4 exhausting years of fighting on two fronts, East and West, Germany surrendered in 1918. The end of the war led to the establishment of Germany's first democratic constitution and government, led by the Popular Social Democratic Party. But the new government was weakened by communist rebellions and more lastingly by the Treaty of Versailles, which it was forced to sign in June 1990. The treaty set harsh terms requiring Germany to cede disputed territories, to demilitarize and deindustrialize in key economic areas, and to pay large reparations. Germany's post-war period of democratic government, the Second Republic, known as the Weimar Republic, was marked by failed putsches, temporary occupation by France, hyperinflation, and ultimately economic depression with millions left unemployed. The French Revolution was a period of ideological, political, and social upheaval in the political history of France and Europe as a whole, during which the French polity, previously an absolute monarchy with feudal privileges for the aristocracy and Catholic clergy, underwent radical change to forms based on Enlightenment principles of republicanism, citizenship, and rights. These changes were accompanied by violent turmoil, including executions and repression during the Reign of Terror, and warfare involving every other major European power. The revolution was originally popular, uprising against the absolute power of the king and against the privileges of wealth and of the elite, and was perpetrated in the name of liberty, equality, and fraternity. In reality, it led to the loss of liberty, dictatorship, and nationalism. The revolution was based on hatred of tradition and desire to use the power of the state to create a new order. People were given new identities as citizens of the state. To crush the resistance to revolution and the new order, about 14,000 people were executed.
The Revolution of 1688 came at a time when the dislocation and chaos of the English Civil War was still fresh in the memory. The revolution, which ended King James' reign, was a response to the king's obvious desire to have Catholicism return as England's religion. James' reign was characterized by unrest and conflict with Parliament, a situation the revolution hoped to bring to an end. Great Reform Act. The 19th century was a period of drastic change in the United Kingdom, influenced by events both at home and abroad. The French Revolution of 1789 had proved an inspiration for the drive to achieve social change across Europe, leading to the 19th century being dominated by political and social upheaval. The French Revolution was also a warning to governments of the need to respond to the voice of the people to prevent revolution. At the same time, the Industrial Revolution had swiftly altered British society, leading to mass urbanization and a swift redistribution of wealth. Both of these factors put pressure on the establishment to create a political system that reflected reality. Proclamation of a democratic republic in Rome. Giuseppe Garibaldi assumes command of the Republican forces. A young volunteer from Genoa, Goffredo Mameli, composes the poem Fratelli d'Italia, which will become the national anthem of Italy. He is wounded and dies in his 20s. Giuseppe Mazzini, Aurelio Saffi, and Carlo Armelli assumes political power and eliminates the temporal power of the Pope. From his refuge in Gaeta, Pope Pius calls upon the King of Naples and on France to help him restore his power. On July 1st, the Roman Republic falls. Garibaldi and his volunteers fight gallantly. They manage to flee from Rome. At San Marino, Garibaldi dissolves his army. His wife Anita dies and he leaves Italy and goes to America.
Capitalism.
In the midst of the 19th century, the 75% of the manufactured products that were sold in the international commerce were from English origin. France, the Netherlands, and Germany undertook the great task of becoming industrialized, adapt their communication systems and transport to the necessities created by the new models of industrial development. In the first half of the 19th century, the mass of the population had already been expropriated from the land. Denied any possibility of an independent existence to survive, they have to sell the only commodity they possess, the ability to work. Herded into factories, mines, and mills, they were subjected to ruthless exploitation. Aristocratic and mercantile wealth gained from piracy, colonial plunder, and the trade in black slaves became capital used to suck the life energy from wage workers. Vast fortunes were amassed. From 1870, initiates the industrial concentration, the monopolies, and the capitalistic associations grow.